This is lesson 10.8, Equations of Circles. Your objectives are to write the equation of a circle and to graph a circle on the coordinate plane. The formula for a circle is x minus h the quantity squared plus y minus k the quantity squared equals r squared. The center is the point h comma k and the radius is r. Notice in the formula, h and k are being subtracted, which means that the coordinates of the center will have the opposite signs as they do in the formula. The radius is r, so you will have to take the square root of whatever is on this side. Be prepared to be given the diameter sometimes, and you would have to use half of the diameter to find r. Be prepared to be given the center of a circle and a point on the circle, and you would have to use the distance formula to find the length of the radius. Write the equation of each circle. The center is at the origin and the radius is 7. So we'll use the formula for the equation of a circle. Since the center is at the origin, that means it goes through the center point 0, 0. H is the first 0, and K is the second 0. And my radius is 7, so R is 7. So we'll say x minus 0, the quantity squared, plus y minus 0, the quantity squared, substituting in h and k, equals r squared, and r is 7. Then we'll simplify. X minus 0 is just x, so that's a x squared. Y minus 0 is just y, so that leaves y squared. And 7 squared is 49. So our final answer, x squared plus y squared equals 49. Make sure your answer is in simplest form. Don't leave any x minus zeros. Don't leave any subtracting negative numbers. Number 4, the center is at 12, negative 9, and the diameter is 22. For this one, using 12, negative 9, 12 is h and negative 9 is k. If the diameter is 22, the radius is half that, or 11. And now substitute in. X minus h is 12, plus y minus k, be careful with your negatives here. K is negative 9, so that will be y minus negative 9, and r is 11. Simplify. X minus 12 stays the same. Y minus negative 9 becomes y plus 9. And 11 squared is 121. So the final answer, x minus 12, the quantity squared, plus y plus 9, the quantity squared, equals 121. Number 5, the center is at negative 1, 8, and it passes through 9, 3. Negative 1, 8 will be my hk, but I don't know the radius. I do know, however, the center point and a point that circle passes through. So this is a rough drawing of how this circle might look, with the center at negative 1, 8, and it passes through the point 9, 3. Well, to find the radius, we can just calculate the distance between the center and that point. Once I have the distance, I can substitute that in for r in the circle equation. So we'll use the distance formula to find r. X2 is 9, X1 is -1, Y2 is 3, Y1 is 8. Simplify that. 9 minus -1 is 10, and 10 squared is 100. 3 minus 8 is -5, and -5 squared is 25. So the radius is the square root of 125. Let's not punch that in the calculator, because you'll see that when we square that in the formula, it will give us a nice number to work with. So now, using the center point -1/8 and the radius square root of 125, x minus h is -1, y minus k becomes y minus 8, and r is the square root of 125. We'll simplify down here. X minus -1 becomes x plus 1. Always simplify your double negatives there. Y minus 8 stays the same. And the square root of 125 squared, you don't even need to punch that in. The square cancels out the square root, giving you 125. So when you know the center and a point the circle passes through, use the distance formula to find r. For each circle with the given equation, state the coordinates of the center and the measure of the radius, then graph the equation. Number 7, x squared plus y squared equals 4. Well, remember, in the equation, compared to the actual center point, h and k are different. When nothing is written in parentheses with x and y, that's just like questions 1 and 2, and h and k are both 0. So that's really like saying x minus 0, the quantity squared, and y minus 0, the quantity squared. So h and k are both 0, so the center will be 0, 0. The radius will be the square root of 4, which is 2. Remember, you take the square root of this to find the radius. And now we'll plot it and graph it on the plane. The center is at 0, 0. The radius is 2. So from the center, we'll go 2 in each direction. So go 2 up, right, down, and left, and then connect the dots to make the circle. Do your best to get the circle round and not square or boxy. And there you go. And remember again, when there's nothing written with the x and the y, the h and k will be 0. X plus 3 the quantity squared plus y minus 3 the quantity squared equals 9. Well, the center uses h and k, and remember, h and k get the opposite signs as what they have in the equation. If it says x plus 3, h is -3. If it says y minus 3, k is +3. So our center is -3, 3. The radius will be the square root of 9, which is 3. We'll plot the center point and then go 3 in each direction to draw the circle. There's the center at negative 3, 3. And then go 3 in each direction for the radius. Once you've got those points to guide you, draw the circle. And there you go. Center at negative 3, 3, radius of 3.